guys in for a special treat. So, guys, here we go. This is the one and only Ebony Troncoso, sorry guys, and she's going to take it over. She's going to introduce herself, tell a little bit about herself. She's going to read her book, and then we'll see you soon.
Hi, everyone. So, as Antoine stated, my name is Ebony Troncoso, and I'm so excited to be here. I am from Bronx, New York, so I'm not from PG County, but that's why I'm super honored to be on this live cam with you guys. As Antoine stated, I am a three-time children's book author. I do own a publishing house called Aspire Dreams Publishing Company, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I am an educator here in the Bronx. I'm a school director of an early childhood center. I just finished my master's in May, so I'm trying to get the ball rolling so I can shape the path for other people behind me. So, as he stated, I am going to read my latest book. It's called Mom Has the Key to My Heart. So I'll just show you guys the cover vividly. So my illustrator, Taekwon Price, illustrates all of my books. So if you guys love what you see, I can definitely pass you on his information because he's amazing. So, Mom has the key to my heart. So I put, for the day that I have a son of my own, he will never forget that my heart will always be an open door full of overflowing love, a lifetime key holder. Ever since I was born, I was blessed with the greatest mom anyone could ask for. You might want to know what makes her so great. Let me tell you. Every Friday, when Mom picks me up from school, we race to the movie theater to see the coolest movies. This is always the start of a great weekend. And on Saturday mornings, Mom cooks a feast full of my favorite breakfast foods: French toast with powdered sugar, bacon, and strawberries. She sure knows the way to my heart. When we're finished eating, she even plays my favorite video games with me. Somehow I always win, but still, how cool is that? One of the best things about my mom is that she talks to me and asks me about my day when I come home from school. Whenever we have our talks, she tells me that she loves me no matter what other people may say or think. This always reminds me that she truly has the key to my heart. In the fall, Mom couldn't wait for me to try out for the basketball team. I was a little nervous, but she assured me that she would always be my biggest cheerleader, and that she was. At the dinner table, Mom and I always say grace before we eat. Then she tells me all about her important job. She's a very busy lawyer that helps to save innocent people. She tells me that we are to see the good in everyone because God made us all different and unique. At bedtime, Mom brushes my curly hair and rubs the freckles on my face. She tells me to never be ashamed of my features and my beautiful brown skin. I giggle when she says I resemble the shiniest, most valuable piece of gold treasure in the world. And some nights when Mom is doing her homework for adult school, I make our favorite snack, cheese and crackers. I know Mom works very hard just to make me happy, so I do the same to see her happy too. Even though I always fall asleep before she's finished, I feel better staying with her knowing I'm her good luck charm. While Mom gives me a bath, I splash her with bubbles and we giggle. She kisses me and tells me that the best job in the world is raising a king and being my mommy. Everything that mom does makes her great, but holding the key to my heart makes her even greater. The end. So that is my book, Mom Has the Key to My Heart. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. Antoine, back to you.
All right, guys. Ebony, I really did enjoy that book, and I take some notes like that. Whenever somebody's reading, I always take some notes, and I just want to say I really like how your books you affirm the kids in the books, just talking about what makes them special, what makes them unique. I really love that. I really love that. And also the reality of adults in school, right? Like the world has changed. You have more people
Yeah.
who are in school, right? Graduate school and trying to balance the work life of being a parent and being a student and working full time. So I like those real life aspects that
Right.
you put in a book. So that I really, really like that. And there was one question, one page 15, that I wanted to highlight. And it stated, never be ashamed of my features and my beautiful brown skin.
Yeah.
What was it about that line it just really caught my eye. So I just wanted you to elaborate on that just for a little bit.
I definitely think that when you're growing up in school these days, when I was younger, it was a little bit easier. But now, the children are so aware of their race and their culture and their background. And I feel like even being an educator, you hear kids saying, "Oh, I don't want to hold your brown hand," or "I don't want to be your friend because you're brown." You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
vice versa. And I felt like affirming the children to never be ashamed of their brown skin is something that needs to resonate with them, and it's something that they need to teach their children in the years to come. So I felt like that was so important because no one of any color should be ashamed of who they are, and so that's how God made us. So I just figured I just affirm the children with this page. It's one of my favorite pages too.
Wow. No, that's good stuff. Like I love for kids to know that they are loved, that they're cared about, and that they should embrace their uniqueness, right? Like if everybody looked the same, the world would be boring, right? So I'm glad that you put that in the book. That was amazing. That really stuck out to me. So I just had to have you elaborate on that. And of course, I have some questions, right? Q&A time. So my first question is, when did you know that you wanted to become an author?
I hate this question because I didn't know. It just, I think being an educator, you're exposed to a lot of things on a daily basis that you normally don't see had you been in a different career. And so, being an educator of a pre-K for all program on the board of ed, I seen a lot of single moms come and go, and they would be tired, but day after day, they would make sure their child is at school on time, even if the child is the last child there at the end of the day. They made sure their homework was done. They made sure they had materials, change of clothes. Like they just made sure they were on top of it. And to me, that symbolized a superhero in the shape of a woman, in the shape of a mother. And that's when I composed Mommy and Me. She is a single mother, but she's a superhero. So it's like, although she's a single mother, she's getting things done. She has multiple jobs. She has multiple traits that her daughter just looks up to and absolutely admires. So I sat down and literally just named it Mommy and Me and closed the computer. Like, all right, I'm done. And all I had was the cover, the title pic. I didn't have anything. I just had Mommy and Me. And I wrote about her delivering chocolate milk to the stores. And I closed my computer. I was like, all right, we're done. But it wasn't until maybe 6 months later, I really thought about it like, this could be a book. And I had just obtained my degree in English literature. So I'm like, let me use my degree for something that I enjoy doing. And so I got back on it. I found Taekwon. It's funny because I actually went to college with him and didn't even know he was into illustration. But yeah, we just got it done.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. And like I said, guys, I have the book right here.
Yes.
Mommy and Me. And there she is on the back. Mom, she's a superhero. There's her cape there. So yeah, that is cool. That is cool. Like so you just never know where inspiration comes from. That's just what I'm learning more and more each day as an author. So with that being said, number two. Did you have a mentor who helped you along the way?
I didn't, because everyone, it's so funny. Nobody really knew I was writing the book. So when I released everything on social media, even my own like family was like, "You just wrote a book," and I'm like, "Hey, sorry, I forgot to mention." So I never really. It was always hard for me to share something like that because I didn't want to be critiqued. I didn't want people to be like, "What are you writing a book for? Like, who do you think you are?" And look down upon it. So I just did it, and the feedback that I got from the first one made me write the second one within a week of releasing the first book.
Wow.
And because it kind of just took off, it was on Barnes and Noble maybe like 2 weeks after it got released, and it just took off in places where I did not imagine it to go. And so after that, I was like, all right, we're gonna keep doing this. And then I started telling people like, oh, you know what I'm about now? I write books, Then it's the whole thing.
Right.
But then it just became a thing, and every year I was putting out a different book. For the last 3 years now, I've been releasing books every April. So.
Wow, that's really interesting because I know for me, I'm the type of person I like to have mentors for everything. Right? It's not that I don't necessarily won't just try to grab something, trying to learn on my own.
Right.
But I love having somebody to be able to pull information from, maybe a couple of nuggets that could help me. So I have I had a couple different mentors for reading, but just to hear you had none, and you just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it.
I really wish I did because I didn't know what I was doing. Even finding illustrators, it's like finding a star in the sky. Like, it is so tedious. It is so, like, it takes a lot of work. And so I wish I did have a mentor to be like, okay, this is what you do when the book is done. This is how you write the book. Like, I wish I had somebody to lead me along. But now I guess I can stand in that place to lead other people on and help them now.
Oh, that's good. That's wonderful. Yes, you definitely are in a position to do that. So number 3. So Ebony, you've authored 3 books. Can you give us a summary of the 3 books that you put out right now for our viewers to know about?
So they all kind of just go in the category of family dynamics from every aspect. The first book, like I said, is a single mother in the form of a superhero. The second book is a father and a daughter dynamic, just showing the unconditional love that the daughter has for the father. Because a lot of days, single men or men of color or men in general have this negative connotation of being in their child's life. And so I grew up in a 2-parent home. I was blessed to do that. And my dad was there. Like, we had tea parties. You have the book, like, read at tea parties. He would help me with my math homework. To this day, I still hate math. But there were so many things that I can vividly remember as a child. And I feel like those are the things that need to be documented because men don't always are shined in that particular light. So I focused that book on that. And then, of course, Mom Has the Key to My Heart was from a mom and a son aspect. But they all kind of just go underneath the umbrella of family, because family is all you have. Family is all I have, really. So once your family is gone, they are irreplaceable. So my message to children is to just follow in their footsteps. Well, not all the time, but follow in their footsteps. Love them while they're here. Give them their flowers while they're here. And just be grateful that, you even have a family, because a lot of people don't.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's definitely a good message. And like I said, I have to get a copy of that book because like my mom's like my superhero. Like I said, I have both of my parents, but like definitely, living with my mom growing up majority of my life, it was great to have her there. So yeah, I definitely want to get a copy of that book. Number 4. Do you think there's enough diversity in children's books, especially in today's market?
Now it's becoming prevalent. When I was 22 years ago, when I was in school, when I was in pre-K, it wasn't like I grew like, I don't want to go into your next questions, but I grew up on like some famous authors and things like that, but there were never any books that really resembled what I look like, or what my family or my friends may have looked like. But now it's a trend. It's a thing now where it's like, okay, I'm gonna show this biracial family. I'm gonna show this Asian family. It's just like, and it's so good because every child can pick a book and be like, this is me. This is my cousin. This is my brother. Like, everybody can identify with it. And I feel like now it's definitely becoming super prevalent. So I think diversity books are great.
Yes, and I'm with you on that. Like I said, I love to see different characters of of all races on books because I said I want kids to be able to see themselves in books. That's what makes the book come alive. Of seeing different people of different creeds, different ethnicities. So I'm definitely with you. I'm glad that the diversity trend has been going upward, especially over this last decade. So I'm definitely I'm with you on that.
Yes.
Number five. What is the message that readers will get from reading your books?
Knowing that they're beautiful, no matter what they look like, no matter where they come from, just really taking in these affirmations to boost their self-esteem, to boost their confidence, to believe that whatever they set out for themselves, they will accomplish and it will come to pass. So I just want to just because I wish that I had this when I was younger. Well, besides like my family, but a book that I can read every day and say, okay, my brown skin is beautiful. I'm so smart. I can be this. I can be the president. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just those type of messages that children need to engross in their minds and say, okay, I read this when I was younger. Now I'm actually doing it now that I'm older. So that's really it.
Oh no, I'm with you on that because one of my mottos that I have whenever I'm writing a book is, well, more so when I'm going out to a speaking engagement, during the time, I would say I want to be the author that I didn't have as a kid. Right. So when I go to a school, it's a big deal for me to be able to be there and talk to the students because when I was a kid, I never met any authors growing up at
Me
all.
neither. And it's
So
so funny because when you go there and you sit, I went to a school, I think like a year and a half ago, and you sit there and they're like, hey, this is, Ebony. They're like, are you related to Oprah? And I'm like, so they're like,
that's
so
funny.
you got a lot of money? And I'm like, it's not like that. Like, I'm just here for the book. You know what I'm saying? But to see their enthusiasm is so different because I never experienced that also when I was younger. I never met like a real life author, like, wow, you actually wrote this book.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a big deal. Like I said, the kids do ask the craziest question, like, "Oh, how many kids do you have? Are you
they're like, you have
rich?"
a mom? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they do, and they are just so funny. Like I said, those experiences are priceless. Like you cannot. I mean, you just couldn't ask for that. I mean, it's just wonderful how you have those interactions with the
Yeah.
kids. So that's really cool. The next question I wanted to ask you. Since what are some of the challenges you faced as a self-published author?
A lot.
Like,
There are, I guess, a list of like when I first started, prime example, there was so much that I didn't know that it's all about trial and error. It's literally about, okay, if you failed this one, you Google, you research, you find other ways where you can still make it happen. I think the most tedious thing is formatting your book.
mm,
Um, Marketing it is definitely an issue. Well, not an issue, but it's definitely a challenge that I think you can agree to. Just finding new ways
yeah.
to keep consumers interested, to get yourself out there. So I guess it all falls underneath a huge umbrella of being an independent author, really.
And to piggyback off what you said, like I said, that the challenges are real. There are plenty of challenges to being a self-published author. And for me, out of all the challenges, I'm like all the things you've mentioned, like trying to promote yourself, what was social media, all social media, things like that, trying to make connections. The number one issue that I personally have faced was the backlash of actually being a self-published author. That's a challenge. Like some people are like, well, if you're not traditionally published, then maybe you're not as good as maybe someone who is actually traditionally published.
I can
And a lot of,
understand that.
yeah, and a lot of book affairs that I would try to attend, they also have something like in a small print, hey, we only invite traditionally published authors, no self-published authors. And I would just think to myself, this is just unbelievable. Because I just thought if you were a writer, you had a great product you put out, you should be able to share it at any book fair. So that was something that has been disheartening to me throughout my career. I'm like, wow, no self-published authors, like they're not trying to show us any love. Like that was very, very disappointing. Like I said, the challenges, I'm with you on that. There's plenty of challenges that we have. Let's see. Ah, you have a publishing company called Aspired Dreams Publishing House. Tell us why you decided to start your own publishing company.
So that goes into the traditional publishing houses that we just spoke about. When I first composed Mommy and Me, I'm like, I have a piece of gold. Everybody's gonna want it, right? So when I started dishing it out, they were like, okay, we'll take it, but we need $5,000 in 3 installments. And I'm like, to do what? Like, what is that? So it's like, what are you gonna do with my $15,000? So I couldn't understand why it was so expensive. And so that really almost discouraged me from even putting out the book, because it's like everywhere I go, they want more than $1,000 to even get the book out. And so it's like, okay, if I sign this contract, I didn't even bring money in. So now I'm already taking a loss. I don't know what you're going to do with this. So it's like so many things in your head that you have to question and kind of be smart about, weigh the pros and the cons, and say, okay, if I sign with you, I may be known here. But if I do it on my own, I'm going through the journey. I'm doing it myself. So that's another accomplishment that will be checked off. And then it's also like you're in control of where your book can go or how far it can go. And so, which is why I started Aspire Dreams, because I figured there's other authors like me that want to put out something great, but don't want to break their pockets at all. And so with Aspire Dreams, we offer editing, proofreading, ghostwriting, publishing. We do expedited services. We format your books. We get it onto these platforms, and we'll produce a book, like a paperback book just like this, of whatever it is, any genre. So I do that now for authors that, want to go the more economical way of producing books and really still getting the same outcome.
Wow, that's great. Like I say, because like you said, the challenges of being self-published, to having your own publishing company, to help others, like that's huge. Because like I said, you didn't have any mentors, so if you have an opportunity to be in that role to guide someone through the process, that's great. And we need more people taking that goal as that role as a mentor to be able to lead people. Because if people email me and DM me like on Instagram, say, hey, I want to write a book, can you help me? Or can you help me get featured in a magazine? Or can you help me do this? So just being able to be there and help people along the way has been a priceless experience.
Yes. Like a lot of times they'll DM me too, and they'll be like, you probably won't read this. And I'm like, I will definitely read this. Like, I will definitely help you. A lot of them are like, you probably won't see this message. And I'm like, why won't I see it? Like, I'm not one of those authors or those people that it's going to like shun other people. Like, I want to help. Like, let me help you.
Right.
I really wish I had somebody that would literally grab my hand and take me along this path.
That's true. And I say the same thing. I'm like, yes, if you do DM me, you'll actually get a response. So yes, it's okay if you DM me. So yeah, I'm with you on that wholeheartedly. And let's see. Great. What advice do you have for aspiring authors who may be watching in our audience today?
Just do it. Research. Research is huge because, you want to make sure that your book stands apart from any other book that's already published now. So obviously research, get your idea, polish it, think creatively, think about names and character plots and just things that will stand out to you and that will really appeal to other readers today. And just do it. Don't let anything or anyone discourage you from putting out whatever it is that you want to put out.
Oh, that's good advice, guys. And to add on to what Ebony said, the research is very important. Like for me, guys, in my free time, if I want to research, I would go to the library. I know right now, like some of the libraries are closed, nothing is going on, but I would go to the library and read books and look at book covers. And I would watch cartoons to see how I can learn how to, twist the plot and, come up with some more characters. So guys, the research part is very, very crucial to your success as an author. So like I said, read other books, look at other book covers, watch cartoons, just put it all together. If you're a children's book author or if you're just a general author, continue to read other people's books, see what type of ideas you can get. Because at the end of the day, Emily said, just do it. But my spin will be on it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just put your own spin on it. Okay. Everything you need is already out there. If it's something that's not out there, you make it, you create it. So Ebony, I'm with you on that. Just go for it. You have nothing to lose. Just go for it. And you'll have support. Family and friends will be there with you. So let's see. I know that you travel to schools and various places to read your books and speak. And you said you didn't have any authors to come to your school when you attended back then. So if when things do pick up, do you plan, everything's a little chaotic right now, but when schools do open back up, do you plan to go back and visit schools, continue to speak and read your books and things like that?
I would say yes, but I don't know how possible. I just got a new job literally like officially yesterday. So now I'll be the executive director of a board school in Yonkers.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a little bit complex trying to, I guess, schedule those appointments. But if they have like library things on the weekend, I'll definitely tune into that. Um, I don't know. I gotta just plan it out. I gotta get in the center, get my feet wet in the center because I don't really know the ins and out there. So get my feet wet, and then if I feel like I have a more flexible schedule, then I'm back to reading.
All right. And congratulations on the new job too. That's great. That is good. And a few questions for fun. So, as a child, who were some of your favorite authors?
Um, Definitely Eric Carlisle with The Hungry Caterpillar and The Tiny Seed. Patricia Polanco, only because she really catered to children when she shared her story about her being dyslexic. I thought that was really transparent. And as a kid, I didn't even know what dyslexia was. So I was like, what's she got? Um, Shel Silverstein is another one because I love The Given Tree. The Given Tree is a classic. Um, that's pretty much it for the. Oh, and Dr. Seuss. Everyone loves Dr. Seuss. So.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. I know on my Mount Rushmore of children book authors, yeah, Dr. Singh. I put what's his name? Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh
The
yes.
author, I can't think of his name. I'm throwing a blank. And he's from Maryland as well, so that was cool. And Patricia Polanco, like I said, so that's my Mount Rushmore of children book authors right there. So yeah, I like to hear who other authors like and who they read and things like that.
But it's so funny now that I literally like collect children's books. If we have Scholastic Book Fair at my school, I'm buying like all the children's books just to kind of just get my head wrapped into books of today and just see what ideas authors are coming up with because they're so good. Like we think our books may be good, but there's other books that I can be like, this is really good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, absolutely.
I feel like we should always have that support for other authors. So I always make sure I buy at least like 5 children's books at each book fair just to kind of like build my catalog too.
Oh, absolutely. I have a huge collection of children's books, not just, the ones from, my childhood, but just like from current authors like yourself and other authors, just be able to have a copy in my library it's a big deal. It really is. So I'm with you on that. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, when you're reading, what do you prefer since you're an author? Holding a book or reading a book like digitally, right? PDF, something on your phone or something like that.
Holding the book. I need to touch it. I need to see it. I need to turn the pages physically. I love purchasing hardcover, paperback primarily, but anything that I can tangibly hold. PDF, my ADD is gonna start. It's not gonna work.
No, I'm with you on that. If I had a chance to read something digitally or read a hardback form, I definitely have hardback or softback. So I'm with you on that. And also, here's a good question. Outside of your career as an author, what are some of the things that you like to do, like your hobbies, your interests, things like that?
Eat.
Eat.
I don't know. I go for walks with my dog. I normally I'm literally always working. Like if I'm not at my physical 9 to 5, I'm at home. Like since quarantine started, I've been working on multiple books through the publishing company. So there's never a day where I can just sit back on the couch and watch TV, which I enjoy. I enjoy working and just trying to polish my skills a little bit better. So I'm pretty boring. That's really just maybe shop if the stores are open. I do a lot. We have a lot of family events. So every weekend, my family finds something to get together. If it's somebody's promotion, if it's somebody's birthday or a fish fry, like they'll find any reason. So which is why it goes back to the themes of my books as well, because we're very close knit.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So let's see. And do you have any upcoming TV appearances or magazine features, anything coming up?
You want me to spill the beans?
I mean, if you want.
So no TV as of yet because the stations are closed. But I will be featured on September's cover in a 3-page spread for Writer's Life. So
Ooh.
shout out to LaDonna because she's been so patient with me. But I'm super excited about that. So that issue should drop in September.
Oh, wow, that's good stuff right there. I love the taking the opportunity to increase your exposure through magazines. So yeah, that's really cool. And lastly, how can our audience connect with you?
You guys can find me. I know somebody asked about my other books. You want to show them the books real quick?
Oh yes. So guys, here's I only have two right now, but here's the first one, Mommy and Me. It's Ebony's first book. And of course, Best Friend First, Dad Second. So those two, and the book you just read.
Mom has the key to my heart.
And I mean, are these online on your
Yes,
website or?
these are on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. But if you get it from my website, I can personally autograph it. I can send you my business cards. I can send you some thank you cards. I can send you the little pins I have to go with the book covers. So I feel like getting my website is a more personal method. So you guys can check out my website at www.ebonytroncoso.com and you grab the books from there.
All right. And I mean, you tell us how they can reach you, maybe like your social media accounts, anything like that.
Okay, so my personal Instagram is official Ebony Troncoso _ so just official first and last name _ and then my author's page, which is there, which is Ebony the author. But I would prefer if you guys want to reach out to me, reach out on my personal page.
All right. So, Ebony, I just want to just thank you so much for being a guest on Antoine and Friends. I'm so glad to have you here. Like I said, all the connections we've been having, I was like, man, I got to get Ebony on this show one way or another. So I just want to thank you for accepting the invitation. Like the audience, like we really appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
It was a pleasure hosting you. Hopefully, like I said, maybe have you on again whenever maybe do a future book or something like that. We would love to have you back on. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to Antoine and Friends. It was wonderful having you here, and we will see you guys next Saturday. And excuse me, next Friday. And I'm looking forward to that. We have a special guest, Tony Settle. She'll be on. So, guys, thank you for your time. I'm always grateful that you guys tune in, and we will see you next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.